Hello, I'm Holly. This is Hollywood. We're doing a new segment today called Hollywood Give a Fuck. Hollywood gives advice. I give advice. I'm going to give advice. Hollywood questions. Answer questions. Tell you what to do. Hollywood tell you what to do. I don't know what it's called. We're going to have to workshop that. It's just me giving advice, and I'm not a therapist, and I don't have any formal training in giving advice, and there's no real reason you should listen to me other than I have made a lot of mistakes, and I've been through a lot, and I've experienced a lot, and I've gotten myself out of a lot of sticky situations, and I've pulled myself up by the bootstraps, and I've saved my own life many times. Holly would save your life, but really we all have to save our own lives. Anyway, this is purely for entertainment. Please don't sue me. I'm not a therapist, okay? Cool. So with that in mind, I'll just kind of tell you what I would do. Holly would do what I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry. I'll figure this out on my own time. In the meantime, let's read an email. One more thing. Trigger warning. This is going to get a trigger warning, but I feel silly saying that because if you read my Substack, everything I do, talk about, write about, and everything on the podcast and just my whole brand is just a trigger warning. So, there's always going to be probably some heavy shit discussed. Okay. Hi, Holly. I first came across your podcast in March and heard your solo episodes where you talked about your life and all that you faced and how you made it through. I felt I could relate to you at points, especially the 30s struggles. Thank you for your truths and in small ways helping me get through what seems impassable. Also, I now love reading your essays. Thank you. So here is my story in as short as I can sum it up. I'm a 31-year-old single woman who's currently staying at my parents' house in Seattle. I was born here, hated it, and couldn't wait to get out of this shitty place. At 22, after finishing college, I moved to New Orleans with a plan to pursue a singing career. I wanted to be the next Billie Holiday or Sarah Vaughan. This was a great plan, except I had no real singing experience, couldn't read music, didn't play any instruments, and was 1,000% afraid to get on stage in front of people. But yet I still dreamed of being the next great jazz singer. Once in New Orleans, I got a shitty job making $11 an hour working the front desk at a downtown hotel. But at the age of 24, I got what seemed like struck with really bad depression. I constantly dreamt of killing myself and didn't have any desire to live. Things went on like this forever, and I continued to work and get the kind of jobs with times in between spent at my parents' house in Seattle. I called this my hiatus and assured my parents I was looking for jobs. However, I was really just watching old television like the Mary Tyler Moore Show and the Bob Newhart Show, all while daydreaming of being a great jazz singer with, yes, fame. Well, as much as a jazz singer can get. I know this is something you talked about as well, the pursuit of fame. Is it bad that I did want fame and still do? So basically, I tried all the depression and anxiety meds and nothing worked. I tried ketamine, did transcranial magnetic stimulation, which is where they use magnetic stimulation and tap at your brain to get the parts of your brain that don't work when you're depressed. But I felt nothing except for the 30 minutes after using ketamine nasal spray. That short period of time was divine because I left my body. I was everyone but me, and that was exactly where I wanted to be. Finally, almost 2 years ago, I tried electric convulsive therapy, aka shock therapy, and this involved being put under many, many times while they did whatever they did. This didn't work either, but one of the side effects was memory loss, and now I don't remember about a year of my life. Nothing seemed to be getting better, and I ended up with another shitty paying 9 to 5 where I was miserable and tried my best to be invisible. I had this job for the past 2.5 years, and I also gained about 100 pounds and went from being a fairly traditionally attractive girl to someone who's constantly overlooked and probably judged. I used to date a lot and had a good amount of guys, but now I haven't been with anyone in 4.5 years, and my best friend is my cat. Yes, I'm a full-blown childless cat lady. So fast forward to right now, and I got laid off in May. I temporarily left my place in New Orleans, which I'm still paying for thanks to my very modest severance and ashamedly some assistance from my parents, and headed back to Seattle with my cat. I'm miserable. I hate being here. I'm still looking for a new 9 to 5, which I seriously don't want because I still dream of being a great jazz singer. I have 100 extra pounds, no companionship, and needs that aren't being met. I was also born with a visual impairment, so I can't drive, and because of this, I have to rely on my retired 69-year-old mom to take me places. Uber is too expensive without a job, and she refuses to because she thinks I'm just going to buy food, which I am. And she says she does not want to enable me. She also begs me every day to go to the gym, but I'm so annoyed and just absolutely drained and depressed that all I want to do is sleep, eat, and look for jobs because I absolutely have to. Ordinarily, I would go to my therapist with these questions, but I can no longer afford her without a job, and I also haven't improved in years, so instead I asked ChatGPT for answers, and it provides me with some, but I would love to know what someone else, a real person who's not my well-intentioned but incredibly unhelpful family thinks. One more thing. About 5 years ago, I had my first actual performance. I got up on stage and sang a few bluesy songs in New Orleans while my friend played the guitar, and it went very well. All my nerves left as soon as I started singing, and afterwards people came up to me and asked where they could see me perform next. This tiny bit of validation continues to drive me and makes me feel like I still could become that singer I dream of all day, every day, while stuck in my parents' basement, but I'm so depressed I don't want to do anything. All I can do is sleep, let alone get up and practice or learn the guitar or write lyrics. If you have any thoughts, I would greatly appreciate them. Thank you. Sleeps too much in Seattle. Okay. So first things first, I just want to thank you for your bravery and your vulnerability in writing this email so like honestly, and because writing this and sharing this will help other people. I mean, honestly, it helps me. Like I get it. I relate to so much. And at certain points in my life, I've had all of these experiences very intensely. And healing and recovery are kind of like a lifelong journey. So, you know, I still swim in this like soup of things that I sometimes can get stuck in. And it sounds like you feel really stuck, and I think it's really exciting though that you have a dream, and you have that dream gives you hope. Like a dream, like having a dream and having a place that you can like set your focus on, even if it feels so far away, is still really, really powerful and really incredible. So there's so much hope for you. And it's so exciting to know that people, like, you got validation, you got a good response. Like, you're not crazy. There's a reason you have this dream. There's a reason you want to be a singer. Like, it's possible for you. You can go and be a singer. You can do that. You don't have to play an instrument. You don't have to know how to read music. That doesn't matter. You can still do it. But let's focus on sort of getting you out into the world. So I would say many things. I have many, many, many thoughts as I go through this. First of all, there's nothing wrong with wanting to be famous. I don't know why people get so worked up about that and why people think that's like bad. It's not. Why? Being famous looks like a really good solution. You get love, you get attention, you get respect, you get money, like you have power. Why? Why are people so triggered when you say you want to be famous. Like, who, not everyone wants to be famous, but like all of those things are very appealing and they're like a very big currency in our society. So I don't think you should feel ashamed. I don't think anyone should feel ashamed for wanting that. I mean, especially these days and wherever it comes from, like that desire to be loved and seen. Everyone at least has like a small nugget of that within. So fuck it. Let yourself want that. Why not? And as far as like 9-to-5 jobs, they can be really depressing. Like, especially if you're like not making that much money and you're just like trapped in this, your whole day is spent doing something you don't want to do and you're not making enough to like thrive. That's a trap. That's like prison. I'm sorry, it's not prison. I need to be more careful with what I say. It is a kind of prison. It keeps you stuck and it keeps you small and it's very depressing. And I totally get it because I also am right now currently in a situation where I'm like not making enough money from my writing and my creative pursuits, but they keep me very, very, very busy. And then like, if I were to go get a job, then that would be taking time away from the thing that I think can actually like make me real money, like, and give me freedom. And so it's kind of the artist's life is that sort of balance and trying to figure out how to survive while you're building up your artistic career. And there's never a clear solution. But I will say, maybe instead of focusing on getting a 9-to-5, maybe you find something in the field of music. Whether it's New Orleans or Seattle, like at least those are both like cities with music in them. There are music venues galore in both cities. So maybe it's, working the door or doing office work for a music venue or doing assisting somebody who's running the music venue or booking, being like an assistant booker or working at a music school as a receptionist. Like, I don't know what your skill set is, but like it doesn't have to be a music job, but do something where you're around people that you're at least in the world that you're aiming for. Like maybe just instead of like, I have to get a job and it has to be a 9-to-5 job, just like write like a list or like focus more on like where you want to go and see what you can do in the world of jazz music or whatever, to at least just like be in the water, meet people, make new connections. I would do that. And yeah, maybe it's not a 9-to-5. Maybe it's a part-time job. Maybe it's a nighttime job. But I think getting a job will definitely help you get out of the house, get out of your rut, get your self-esteem back on track, because it is very hard to feel good about yourself when you're not making money. I get it. I feel you. There's no shame in getting help from your family. Dude, take it. Take the help. That's very lucky. But like, yeah, you also don't want to listen to your parents when they're saying go to the gym. Like, I get it. You need someone outside of your family to sort of help lift you out of that. I don't know why. I don't know why we don't want to listen to our parents. We just don't. So I would say also, like, because shame and secrets are the things that like keeps us in a very dark, depressed place, I feel like exposing sort of what you're going through, talking about it, finding someone that you can be accountable with is really important. So I would say like a 12-step group is always free. and you might make a friend. And if not, at least you're just like doing something different, trying something, and talking about your, food stuff, because I have that too. I also have food stuff, and it's really, really hard to get out of that cycle. Like, I don't drink or, do drugs or like do crazy things anymore. So my way of zoning out and like getting out of my head is to like sit in front of the TV and like eat something. And that feels really comforting to me, and it's like really enjoyable. But if I do that, I overeat, and then I wake up in the morning and I feel like fucking garbage, and I don't want to go to the gym, and I don't want to see anybody. And honestly, the only thing that's going to make me feel good is to do more of that, to just like stay in bed and eat. It's a cycle, it's addiction, and it's really hard to get out of. So yeah, like your body's like not feeling good and probably isn't happy being, having food shoved into it. And it's reacting, and it's making you sleepy, and it's not helping with the depression. So I think the best for me, what I do is when I catch myself in one of these cycles, I have to tell a friend. I have to be accountable. I think about it like vodka. Like, I have to say, I'm struggling. I'm eating at night. I'm like not happy. I don't feel good. I'm depressed. I'm numbing out. And I think just like exposing my, like not having a secret, just outing it helps, because then people know, and then my friends know, then they check in, like, how's it going? And then I have to tell them. It's one day at a time too. If you wake up tomorrow and you say, I'm just going to get up, I'm going to force myself to take a walk, whether I want to or not, and then we'll see what happens after that. Maybe the walk will feel good. And maybe you'll be like, oh, that felt good. I actually feel better. And then you it's just like baby steps, one little baby step at a time. The thing that you have to remember, which is something I also think about, is like sometimes if I have like a couple weeks of being really healthy and feeling really good, and then I sort of backslide and I eat some stuff that makes me feel bad, and then I'm like, oh, fuck it, I already feel bad, I might as well just keep going. You just don't let yourself like get all the way back into it. Just be like, okay, I didn't ruin it. It's not ruined. I don't have to start over from the beginning. I've still made this much progress. So it's like not all is lost. Like, it feels very extreme, but you just have to remember, like, I can just keep moving forward. I can just try again. Today was a wash. I'll try again tomorrow. That's okay. I think be really gentle on yourself and really loving towards yourself. Because yeah, like it's a difficult thing to get out of. Depression, it's a difficult thing to get out of. All of this is hard, but you definitely can do it. Discipline. It's going to take a little bit of discipline. I really do love shadow work. So tobemagnetic.com is like, has all these workshops, and you can get it for like $30 a month. And maybe that's too expensive for you right now, but it's very good if you can't afford a therapist, to really like get you deep into sort of your core wounds and like why you're doing some of the things you do and where this stuff originated. And then you can look at like, yeah, sort of fixing the origin problem, which then maybe will help, with the self-worth. And depression is going to be helped by having a job, having hope, having something different to do, a different setting, going out, taking a walk, small eating changes. Hopefully that helps, because you're just in a cycle right now. And then as far as like 4.5 years of being single is like not that big of a deal. So just don't even worry about it. Like, who cares? I have been single for 6.5 years since I quit drinking, and a lot of it was intentional because I really felt like I needed to get my life and my shit together before I brought somebody else into my realm. I still don't feel like I have my shit together, but I definitely have it more together. And then that's the other thing. It's like you don't have to be perfect to be in a relationship or to think about that. But honestly, I do believe that if you really just like work on yourself and love yourself, that is your relationship with yourself is the most important thing you can do, and other things will fall into place around that. So whatever, 4.5 years is nothing. Also, like, you're still really young, and even if you're older, it doesn't matter. It's just your path. There's no shame in it, and you'll date again when you're ready, when you're feeling good, because you'll feel good again. Like, this isn't permanent. This is just a thing you're going through. And the only way out is through. So you just have to go through it, and you have to go one little baby step at a time to pull yourself out. And being a single childless cat lady is actually kind of chic these days. So I don't have cats, but I would. If I wasn't allergic, I would have cats. Another thought. So, okay, to be a singer, you just have to go out and sing. You're going to have to put yourself out there. Maybe not right away. Maybe you want to feel a little bit better. Maybe you want to like get a job, get back on your feet a little bit. But you're going to have to go out into the world again and sing. That's the only way you can do it. And you've already done it, and it went well. So that's such a good thing to know. Oh my God, my stomach just growled. Open mics, or maybe you'll get a job like somewhere in the music world, and you'll meet somebody who wants to play guitar with you, or who wants to collaborate with you, or who wants you to sing on something. Music is a lot about community, so you need to ingratiate yourself with other musicians. You got to hang out with other people making music. That's the best way to get into music, is to be around it. And again, fortunately, you live in two very like good music cities for jazz. Both of those places are good, Seattle and New Orleans, especially. Oh my gosh, if you go back to New Orleans, so much jazz singing could be done. Go to karaoke. I mean, whatever, do whatever. Sing on the internet. Make videos of yourself singing covers. How many people have done that and been successful with it? Go on TikTok and sing. Go just walk down the street singing. I'm not saying this is going to get you discovered or work as like a career thing, but like just get comfortable singing in front of people and owning your ambition. Start telling people you want to sing. Just embody a singer. Live like a singer. Sing in the shower. Sing on your walks. Get comfy with it. Get comfy with being seen. Get comfy with being seen as a singer. Because that's kind of like the first step to becoming a famous singer. Also read books about singers. Like, how did other people do it? Read about how Lana Del Rey did it. She sang in like shitty little clubs. You can find people who will be like, who need a singer. There's so many musicians out there that are looking for a lead singer. Facebook Instagram, social media, put out a post, say I'm looking for a band, or does anybody need a singer? Like, you got this. You're obviously very funny and creative, and I bet you have talent. And this dream wasn't given to you for nothing. Like, it doesn't come from nowhere. It comes from something. There's something in you, some part of you that actually believes you can have this, and knows like this is something you could be good at. You can be a singer. The world needs your voice. The world needs your music. Sharing your story with us today is like, it changes the world. It might help one person. It might help 100. It doesn't matter. Like, it makes a difference, and like, you being here makes a difference. And so I hope you can find all the ways to love yourself that you deserve. Let us know how it goes, because you have the power. You have the power to change your life. And just be easy on yourself, because being hard on yourself doesn't help. It just makes things worse. So like, be loving. Be like a gentle, loving, nurturing mom to yourself, and it's going to be okay. And I'm rooting for you. Can't wait to see you sing. Thanks. Please write in. Please send me your questions. Send me an email. Tell me what's going on with you, and maybe I can help. I can't guarantee it, though. This is all just suggestions. Again, please don't sue me. HOLLYWOULD at substack.com. Hollywood at substack.com is the email address that you can email me your questions. I cannot wait to hear from you. I have so much love for everybody that engages with my podcast and my Substack and everything I do. So thank you for being here. Okay, have a good one.